All right, so I'm here to walk you through my makeup system that I'm using right now, and this is Seint Beauty. It is my foundation every day. I love it, and these are my lip and cheeks. This is a color correcting system that I use from time to time. This is a contour, um, more highlights, an illuminator, cream illuminators. This is all cream based, and this is a bronzer and an illuminator that I mix with it. So I'm just gonna do my makeup and just talk to you guys while I get ready. So hey, if you don't know who I am, my name is Tabitha, and I'm an artist with Seint Beauty, and I've been doing this for about 4 years, but I've been in the beauty industry for over 20 years. It's been one of the most rewarding experiences. I love what I do, and so I just want to say thanks, and make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. And I'd like to know in the comments if you'd like to see more videos like this, or like more videos like this of me talking about what I'm doing in depth, uncut, real time, just discussing what I'm using here with Seint makeup. I use all Seint makeup, but I do use like different brow products, different eyeliners, lip liners, lip products, skincare. I like to mix all that up, so I change it up from time to time, and I like to talk about that stuff as well. That was just my main shade, and I'm using this brush right here. It's called the blend brush. So again, please let me know in the comments if you'd rather see videos uncut, of me just talking about everything I'm doing, explaining in detail of the process of placing this makeup on my face and blending, blah, 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 all that. Or if you'd rather see shorter condensed videos, like no longer than 3 to 5 minutes. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, and if you'd like to learn more from me sharing things this way, or like a shorter condensed video, a little longer than shorts, but let me know what you'd like to see, because I do love to share about techniques and things that work for me and things that don't work for me, and why I do things the way I do. So I like this brush because it creates a flawless, thin layer of makeup on my face. You do not need to be heavy-handed with this product. It really spreads quite nicely, especially if you have a good skincare routine. I think that's super important for any makeup that you're going to put on your face. My son's in the background talking to the dog. Also, that luggage that's always in the background there, that's never moved, because I do intend to use that very soon. I'm getting ready to go on a trip, so that's why it's not moved. I keep getting stuff for my trip, and I just throw it in the luggage bag, and then I just set it there. They're coming out with some new highlights, which I'm super excited for, because we really needed a couple more shades added to the highlight spectrum there. I do have a little bit of demi under my eyes already, and I do like to go up underneath of my eyes. And when I'm blending everything, again, I'm using a light coverage brush, but remember, this cream product is buildable, and it's such a beautiful makeup. Like, it gives you a very beautiful, dewy, healthy, youthful glow. I like to spend a lot of time blending. I think it's important to blend and do the things to help your makeup set and wear well throughout the day. There's not a lot of makeup on my face, but I'm just really taking the time to use the brush to spread and blend the product in. If it's the right color, it should melt into your skin like butter. My website will be in the details, the detail box of this video, and you can go there and click the website, and there's also a spot to get color matched with me. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you catch all of my content. Okay, so the second step is going to be using the exact same brush. I'm going to go into this color here. It's called White Peach. I usually don't go any lighter with my brightening shade, and it's just a lighter shade of highlight. So I'm just going to place that to the inside corner of my eyes. And to the outside edge of my eye. And I like to apply my makeup to look more lifted and just natural. So I'm just applying the brightening shade everywhere that I want an added pop of brightness. I like to place it down my nose as well to help highlight and contour that area. All right, so just continuing to blend out that brightening shade, and I will, as I blend, take the brush, like whatever's left on my brush, and go over my eyelid. That is really all I ever do to prime my lid for eyeshadow prep. But you can totally, like, I don't have oily eyelids, I don't think, but you can totally use an eyeshadow primer if you think you need it. And if I'm not wearing eyeshadow, I like to make sure that everything looks smooth and fresh there as well. Okay. So taking that darker shade of my foundation, just whatever's on the bigger part of my brush, and just going over where that lighter highlight is to just help blend it in. And that's it. So this is basically foundation concealer. I'm going to go ahead and take my Beauty Perfector sponge and blend this in a little bit before I go forward with my contouring. So I just take my setting spray. You can use any setting spray you want. You do want to make sure that you're using water-based products with the cream makeup, the Seint cream makeup particularly, because there are silicone ingredients that do not work well with cream foundations. And I think you can find have those issues with sunscreens, primers, face creams. So just be careful of that. So I am blending very well, not rubbing. I am dabbing and stamping my sponge onto my face everywhere that I apply my colors. This just kind of helps melt and kind of marry everything together, and I'll do it again after I apply my contour. This is the order that I prefer to place my makeup, but don't feel you have to follow the same order that I'm doing. And this is where I'll switch my brush. I'm going to be switching over to my detail brush. Right here, this is my favorite for contouring. All of our brushes are double-ended. And I'm going to go into this one right here, and it's called Astoria. So the contour that I'm using is cream, but it is a little bit stiffer than the highlight color, so you want to make sure that you're stamping into the product very well to get it spread onto the brush properly. And then I just like to stamp my contour onto my cheek to start enhancing that cheekbone. And I like to go right on my cheekbone just because it helps look more lifted versus going underneath of the cheekbone. This is just the way I like to do it. If you want a more lifted look, I suggest doing that. But if you don't, everybody's face is different. Maybe you have high cheekbones and you can go under your cheekbone anyway. It's totally personal preference. When you're blending back towards your hairline, you want to make sure that you are blending that and fading that into your hairline. Doing my jawline, just tracing my natural line of my jaw just to the very underside edge of that jawbone. Okay, pulling it back a little bit. And then for my nose, I like to go in and just sort of kitten paw the product onto the edge of the brush. I will do a sort of up and down sort of motion on my nose, and I try to line it up with the edge of my brow to gauge where that line needs to be. And I like to bring, if I'm not wearing eyeshadow, I like to bring my contour right over across the top of that brow bone and sort of flick it up under my brow. Just creates a nice soft shadow there if you're not going to be wearing eyeshadow. Same thing. Alright, so now that that's done, I'm going to go back in. I'm going to just cap off the tip of my nose a little bit there. Doing your nose is optional, but I think like it just totally completes and finishes. The contour looks so nicely. Alright, so tapping out that contour the same way I did the highlights with my setting spray on my sponge. All set. Giving more added attention under my eyes again. I do this throughout the makeup process, right up until my last step. Changing my brush over to the Blush and Bronze brush. I'm going to be using this bronzer right here. This is like my ultimate favorite bronzer I've ever used. It's called Bella. It's amazing. And I mix it with my Glow Illuminator. So just sort of swirling it together. Sometimes I do this, and then I'll just tap it on my hand. And then we're just gonna add the bronze. And it's buildable. You can go subtle with it, or you can really, like, you know, make it look, you know, bronze goddess intense if you want. I don't like to press really hard on the cheek area because I don't want to lose that soft shadow for my contour. I want to maintain the shadow of the contour and then the sun-kissed effect from the bronzer. I'm going to be using a color today called Pinky Promise. It's kind of bright, but it's really pretty on the cheeks. And I'm gonna go, if you want to create a more lifted effect with your blush, you want to apply it higher, not so much down here. I like to mix it up. So just play around and figure out what works best for you. And I may even go across my nose. Sometimes I like to do that. I think it looks really pretty like that. Okay, so blush is done. So then I'm going to go in with this right here. This is a cream illuminator. I love the cream illuminators, so I'm going to stick with this one today, I think. And this one's called Angel. I've kind of been like sticking to these colors lately, just because I love it for like a natural, everyday look. Just adds a little more to your overall look, elevating it without looking dramatic. So pretty. Okay. So now that that's done, I'll go back in with my sponge again and just make sure that it is blended like so. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm now going to go in and do some powder under my eyes, but before I do, I'm going to check and make sure that there's no creasing. It looks really good. I don't see any creasing at all. Okay. Just making sure everything's blurred. Okay, so now I'm all set. I can go in and put just a little bit of powder under my eyes. I like to make sure that I maintain the glowy skin look without looking super shiny. I don't like to see shine here, and I don't really love it on my chin, and sometimes I don't like it here either and on my forehead, but definitely under my eyes. But I love this, so I want to maintain that and just mute the shine under my eyes a little bit. I'm going to be using got these on Amazon. They're amazing. They come in like a package of 6, I believe. You can wash these. They're reusable. I love them. So I'm going to be using this Makeup Forever Ultra HD microfine translucent powder. And I'm going to pick up just the teeniest amount, okay? And then you can either press it into your hand. I like to actually just tap it onto the cover like that, just to make sure that it's blended in and that there's no, you know, any heavy powder spots on the sponge or on the pad. So you can see what that does. It just takes away that sheen just under my eye, and that's all I want to take away. I'm 45 years old, so I do have to be careful with how much powder. I don't have a lot of wrinkles around my eyes yet, but I still feel like the under eye area is a tricky area for powder. So you want to be careful and you make sure that you get the right powder for your specific needs. There are so many different formulations of the Makeup Forever Ultra or the Makeup Forever powders. So make sure you pay attention and kind of know what you're looking for when you pick up a powder. But that's it. And then I take my brush, not that I really need it, but just to make sure, I'm going to take the small tip of my shape brush here, and I'm going to make sure that there's no heavy spots of that powder anywhere. Like that. And that's it. I'm done my makeup for the day. I love this look. It's fresh. I am going to put a little bit of a lip product on. Okay, so I've been using, this is actually a staple of mine. I use this color called Ballerina. I'm just going to use my finger to put it on. I'm more of a gloss girl for my lips. I haven't found the perfect lipstick for me yet. I'm still shopping. I'm still on the hunt for that, but I like a nude lip. Sometimes I will put like a lip liner on to deepen this. But I'm not going to do that today because I find the gloss that I wear with this color, I find it takes away from, makes it not bleed, but it just moves too much. And then I'm going to take this Too Faced Lip Injection Lip Gloss. I know my lips look really pale, but once I put this on, it does add some color and shine and makes it look less stark. I'm a Buxom lip gloss junkie. The Buxom plumping glosses are my jam. I do love this one. It's been really nice and it feels quite similar to the plumping effect of the lip gloss that I use normally, the Buxom, but this one is also really nice. It's in the color called Soulmate. I'll make sure that I drop a link for that in the description box. Also for the Makeup Forever powder, that will be linked as well. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments of this look. And if you are thinking you might like to try this makeup, go ahead and head to the description box, scroll all the way to the bottom, click my website link, and there you can tap into my color match form and I can help you pick all of the colors that would be best to suit your skin tone. So thanks for being with me today, and I hope you will join me on the next one. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my upcoming content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.